Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and I'm sorry I really can't engage and look into the camera because I'm driving right now. And we are on the home stretch, that last 45 minutes or so before we get to the top of Mount Lemmon for the full moon rise tonight, June 24th, in case you guys are curious, the filming date. Now, for those of you who were kind enough to watch our last video, we were at Humphreys Peak, and we said we were going to return to Humphreys Peak for the full moon rise. Well, between then and now, we've had 4 state forests that have been shut down due to the forest fires that we currently have going on for safety purposes. That's Coconino, Kaibab, Prescott, and Apache Forests. Now, we're all about following the rules, for the most part, here at Get Out Arizona. So we're going to honor that state mandate and the forestry mandate, and we've chosen Mount Lemmon as our plan B. Now, I have no doubt that we're going to get some great footage today and tonight. Mount Lemmon is 9,200 feet for the elevation, if I'm correct in remembering that. But I'm also kind of excited because this is the first time I've actually been to Mount Lemmon. It's down here in Tucson. I've been to Tucson many times, but I've never actually gone to the top. So this should be a fun adventure. New for me, new for some of you guys that are watching. Maybe you have been here before. Comment down below if you have. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I got Jacob behind the camera, making sure that everything's done right, a little bit different, because I'll be doing more photography today, so that vlog style video will not be present in this episode, but it still should be good. So thanks for tuning in once again, guys. Really appreciate it. If you have any comments, suggestions for us, you know we're an interactive station, interactive channel. Leave those down below. And here in a little bit, I'm also going to give you guys some information and tell you about some links that you can follow if you want to donate to the Forestry Service. Those donations actually help out with the hot shots and the fire crews that are working to keep our forests as safe as possible, especially in a time like this where it's very dry. It's the summertime. They're out there working hours upon hours without any sleep, and they're putting themselves at great risk. So I'll have some more information for you a little bit later on in the video on what you can do to lend a hand on that. So all that being said, take a look at that road straight ahead, that view and everything like that. It is going to be amazing. High of 75, low of 58. You really couldn't ask for anything better today. So thanks again, guys, and yeah, let's get on that trail. All right, everybody, so this is one of the little ancillary bluff scenic vista turnoffs that you have as you're driving to the top of Mount Lemmon. Now, like I said before, this is my first time in the area. I don't know about Jacob if he's been here before. So seeing these types of things is new hat for me. Not that drives like this don't typically come with those types of scenic overlooks, but being able to explore those, see what they have to offer, see the differences. And as I look around, I'm already looking at spots that might be potentially good to come back to once the moon's risen, we've gotten our shots out on the summit, and come down here and photograph this area. Now, even though Phoenix is a desert area, Valley of the Sun, Tucson's a desert area, the vegetation here is a lot different than what you would see in, say, the White Tanks or the Estrellas, Usury Pass, areas like that where it's very stark, it's very arid. You have several different types of cactuses, where here we actually have cactus, we have some trees, some sequoias, you know, we have different bushes and shrubbery and everything, which is really nice. And I've said it before, Arizona has such a variety, depending on where you're at, regions and everything like that, of things to see, things to take in, things to enjoy. It's really nice to see that firsthand here. Definitely different than being in northern Arizona. You don't have the pine trees. You don't have that type of vegetation. It's a different type of beauty, to be sure. So yeah, so we're going to keep checking these out as we make our way up to the summit. And then once we get to the summit, there's some trails up there that we're going to explore before we actually get set up for tonight's full moon rise. Now, if my calculations are correct, it's going to rise just on the other side of this ridge back here behind me. We're going to be above the ridge line, so we'll catch that as it breaks the horizon, and we should get a really good shot. But then as we work our way back down and that moon elevates, it's going to cascade that moonlight down in this little valley area, and it should make for some compelling images. So stay with us, we'll get there, and yeah, let's see what we can't find. Let's keep going. All right, everybody, so we're in another pull out right now. We're not going to get out because we're just going to keep on driving real quick, but you can see we're at Thimble Peak is what it's called. Now, whenever I'm driving to an area that I know I'm going to be photographing in full moon, I'm looking at the landscape. I'm looking for some very specific things. One, I visualize how that moonlight's going to cascade through that landscape, where my shadows are going to be, where my highlights are going to be, my points of contrast. Right here, we have so many different peaks and so many different valleys that are conjoining. I'm willing to bet that once that moon gets up, say maybe around 10, 11 o'clock, or 10, 11 o'clock tonight, the light is just going to be coming in from the east, and it's going to light up this entire valley going back. And if we can also get some cloud cover with that, this is going to be an amazing shot. You're going to have so much contrast and shadows. That depth is just going to take you all the way back, and that's what I'm looking for with these types of shots. Whereas in Sedona last month, there was very stark, very defined faces of rock. Some of them I chose to photograph in a silhouette, and some of them I chose to actually photograph with that moon sweeping across the front. It's really your choice as a photographer on how you want to do it, but I definitely look at it from all different angles. Now, as we continue to drive up, there may be another pull-out, lookout area that gives a different perspective, maybe even coming back this way. So I'm always looking at that type of thing. Now, does that mean the spot's going to be great for photos? Maybe not. We might get back here tonight, I might look at it and go, meh, next. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. You look for it, you capture it, you hope for the best, and you hope people enjoy that. So let's keep going. We've got about 19 miles to the summit, so let's keep going. All right, everybody, so we're about 12 miles to the summit, give or take, and the scenery is spectacular. It's beautiful. You would almost think, if you didn't know you were down south in the Tucson area, you would almost think you were up north. Right now we're at about 6,500 feet, 7,000 feet elevation, which stands to reason. We're seeing more trees, more pines, more different types of bushes around, but with the billowy clouds, that nice subtle overcast, compounded with the temperature and the outlook and the vistas and everything that we've already driven by. Also scouting for places to do photos on the way back down later on tonight. It's stunning. I'm actually somewhat disappointed in myself that I've never taken the time to come to the Mount Lemmon area. I can tell you what, though, when the temperatures get cooler come this fall, this is definitely going to be an area that we come back and explore in more detail. So I know that's a little bit of ways out, but stay tuned. October, November time, we'll be back up here, and we'll definitely do a couple dedicated videos to the Mount Lemmon hiking, camping area. So it's spectacular. I can't wait to come back.
Tell me, are these clouds worrying you at all?
A little bit. So I don't mind the clouds as a backdrop, especially for the landscape photography. I think it adds good texture. I like that contrast that it puts against the horizon and what I'm shooting that's in the foreground. I'm hoping that when the moon breaks the horizon, because this is the last supermoon of the year, I really want to get some great photos as it's rising, as it finishes its ascent just above that ridge line and carries up a little bit. Now, at that point, if clouds move in and, you know, the moon being behind the clouds and I can exploit that and get some additional contrast and depth to the photo, I'll be happy. I've gone out a couple times where the cloud cover was so thick that it just ended up being a non-starter. And not that those trips were in vain or they weren't enjoyable, we didn't have fun. It just kind of sucks because you plan and you hope for the best. But at the end of the day, you're still at the mercy of Mother Nature. There's just no other way to describe that. So we'll see. There's a lot of time left. Right now, we're coming up on 2 o'clock, so we still have 7.5 hours before the moon rises. Hopefully these clouds thin out. If they want to come back after the moon's up, fine by me. And rain. I definitely don't want to get rained on. Not so much me, but for the gear. So, but we'll see what happens. I'm always optimistic. You never know. And I'll take what's given to me and try to make the best of it. So. All right, everybody. So we are at about 8,500 feet right now. We're so close to the summit, about another 4 miles or so. The temperature is 75 degrees. We couldn't have asked for a better, quote unquote, plan B. This could have easily been a plan A. Now, fortune favors the bold, luck favors the prepared, so I'm actually very happy that we were able to find this spot and have it, you know, just a 3-hour drive from where we're at in Phoenix, and the conditions are ideal. We do have some overcast right now. Hopefully the rains will hold off. If there is going to be any rain, hopefully this cloud cover will not inhibit the shots of the supermoon tonight. It's the pink moon, the last supermoon of the year. Looking down at this valley, I cannot wait, seriously, after the moon's risen and we've done our business up top, to come down to this location and photograph this view. It is spectacular. And seeing something like this is just an affirmation to me on how diverse and how beautiful the state of Arizona is. Now, being a native, 48 years, again, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I've never taken the time to come up here to explore this area. But I can guarantee you, Jacob is my witness, that this fall we will be back up here and we will do a series dedicated to Mount Lemmon, because from where we started down at the base, right around 3,000 feet, to where we've gotten to now, there's been so many different points that we wouldn't be able to encapsulate it in just one short trail video. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to already start outlining and storyboarding that. So take one more look at the view, guys, because we're going to keep heading up and see what we can't find once we get up to the top. I'm sure it's going to be just as amazing. Absolutely beautiful. We're at 8,800 feet. We've got about 4 miles to the summit. Everything that we've passed from where we started at 3,000 feet, working our way up to the summit. All right, everybody, so as luck would have it, we found a ski lift that was operational here in Mount Lemmon. And we decided, since we have an abundance of time before the moon rises, to go ahead and ride this down what would be the ski slopes in the wintertime when there's snow here. It's friggin' gorgeous. I'm taking photos as we go, as a matter of fact, and hold on a second here, because it's got a nice one opening up. And this is just one of those hidden gems. Again, didn't realize it was here, didn't realize it was running, but what are you going to do? That's what these outdoor adventures are all about. So as you can see from the scenery around here, the views do not disappoint. Sometimes things work out the way they're supposed to, you know. We would have definitely missed this opportunity had we'd been able to go to Humphreys Peak. So I'm glad it's one of those things that turned into a win. You know, we were able to turn that setback into a win. So again, we're gonna keep on moving and going and everything like that. And thanks for sticking it out this far if you've made it this far, and stay tuned for the exciting conclusion. This is the Fort Closed work that we got playing with, huh? Not enough hours in the day, my friend. Absolutely gorgeous. And to think that we haven't even seen 10% of what this area has to offer. And that's what really fills me with excitement about doing this. It's a new discovery for us. It's something we're going to start researching and planning. And I can't wait till October, you know? I mean, come up here 2-3 times within the month of October to bring some new footage to you guys and everything about the area. And I'm excited about what we're going to find from top to bottom. So it's going to be a great adventure. We got to pay so we can get back up, and then we'll keep on moving. Hey everybody. So at this point, we have roughly 2.5 hours before we need to start setting up the gear in anticipation for the moonrise. And you'll see kind of some behind the scenes B-roll Jacob's going to shoot of that process, of everything that does need to be set up, everything needs to be checked, double check the focus, the framing. There's a lot that goes into it. But in the meantime, we've been walking around this area near the summit and finding hidden gems like this. And no matter where you're at, if you're a follower, or you're watching this and you're in Seattle, or you're in Portland, or you're upstate New York, Florida, Louisiana, I'm almost positive that your home state offers a beauty all its own and unique unto itself. And getting out and exploring those areas that are strange to you is, in my opinion, one of the greatest things you could do in your life. I can't necessarily explain how being out, whether it's in the deserts in the valley or northern country, or even here down in Tucson, being in nature, the grounding effect that it has for me. Some would say spiritual. People up in Sedona would definitely say spiritual, but it definitely leaves a mark on you. And I think it's something that everybody should take a moment to experience and enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and get back to the vehicle. We're going to get our packs and everything and the rest of our gear essentially geared up and everything, and then we're going to work our way down to the spot to where we're going to set up and actually catch the moonrise and see what magic we can't make happen. So, and we're happy to share that with you. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, everybody, so it's getting a little bit later in the day. It's actually coming up on 5:30, so we got about an hour and a half before we want to get to the spot where we're going to photograph the moonrise. Now, it's actually to the east, okay? Just about a mile and a quarter from where we're at. But what I'd like to do is, one, I'm gonna take a photograph of this vista right here. We get this little, looks like a ranger station slash maybe observatory right here in the background. And then we're gonna scurry across the trail, our own trail, this way to get to it so I could take some photographs from that area too. As you can see, the valley gives way. I'd really like to get that sun coming down in from the sunset. There's definitely not enough time for us to explore all the areas we'd like to explore right here just in this summit. Say 2-3 square mile area. That's why we're so adamant about coming back. Now we do need time to set up for the full moon rise, and I always like to give myself a good 15, 20, 25 minute buffer just to make sure everything's perfect, because when that moon rises, it happens fast and you have a very narrow window to get the shot that you want. So, but again, I mean, I say it, I'm gonna have to get a list of synonyms. I'm usually much better grammatically, how beautiful this is, how much it means to me to be out here and to be able to enjoy this. Is what I do for a living. I feel very blessed for that fact. So, and I love sharing this with you guys. So, yeah, I'm going to set up. I'm going to take a few photos here, and then that's going to be our next destination. And then we're going to head towards our point, our summit for the moonrise. So Jacob was actually eagle eye and caught this rock formation that actually looks like a face. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty spot on. It's unmistakable. So we're gonna capture this while we can. I'm actually doing a bracketed photo, and then I'm gonna take another one. So the aspect ratio that I'm using right now is 16:9. But I'm going to take another one in standard 3:2, and yeah, that way I've got one that I can insert in the video for you guys to see, and one for print. And if you're going to do landscape, you need to do bracketed photos. That way you get the full dynamic range. Oh, Lord have mercy, feeling the age. All right, give me a second here.
What? Hold on. All right.
Turn around real quick and look at that sunbeam. The dark bands in the sky.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's good shit right there.
That's good shit right there. I wanted to get video of you doing your thing anyway, so.
Okay, and get video of me doing my thing. Take this back to 400, and depending on where we see that come up. Hey everybody, so this is going to be the culmination of our efforts today. the gear set up, the camera set up. I'm ready. If my calculations are correct, the moon should be rising just to the east here in about 30 minutes. Today was fun. We really enjoyed it. And again, it turned out the way it was supposed to. You know, had we been able to go to Humphreys Peak, we wouldn't have discovered Mount Lemmon and everything that it had to offer us today. We actually saw a pair of deer as we were getting the gear set up, and you know, had we been a little quicker, we might have been able to get some photographs of that, but these things happen sometime. You live to fight another day on something like that. So yeah, this is the waiting game. If you've made it this far, I want to say thank you, okay? I really appreciate the support for the people who have subscribed. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. If you enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because it really helps us out. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. That way, anytime we post a new video, whether it's an on-trail video, a toolbox topic, a let's talk about it, you're gonna be one of the first people to know about that. There's gonna be some links down below. Those are gonna be to our social media, our Instagram and Facebook, and we'd love it if you followed us there as well too, because there you kind of get a day-to-day on what's going on with Get Out Arizona, all our shenanigans, behind the scenes type stuff. And that's it, guys. It's been an amazing day. I want to thank Jacob once again for being my guy behind the video camera and everything. He's doing an amazing job. We're definitely fortunate to have him as part of the GOA crew. And as we finish out, I'm going to go ahead and share some of the photos that we took today and tonight after the moon has risen. Hope you enjoy those as much as I did capturing them for you. So, guys, what do we always say? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards out on that trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for? Get out, Arizona. We will see you on the next adventure.